$3 billion. That's the annual trade between the United States and Jamaica. 70% of the tourists who land at Sangster International Airport are from America, and now Washington wants something in return. On June 18, 2026, Kari Lake sat before the United States Senate and said 5 words that should put every Jamaican on alert. Right here in our front yard, she was talking about China, but here is what she didn't say. The same Senate is also deciding who gets paid to rebuild Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. And the answer they are engineering has nothing to do with Jamaican companies. The brief. Here's what's happening in plain language. Hurricane Melissa devastated parts of Jamaica. The reconstruction bill is massive, billions of dollars, and 2 countries want to write the checks. America says, we will help, but our companies do the work. China says, we will help, and we have already been here for years, building roads, expanding ports, wiring your networks. Kari Lake's confirmation hearing was not a diplomatic exercise. It was a commercial positioning exercise. Every statement about security, every warning about China, every promise of partnership, it all traces back to one question: who gets the rebuilding contracts? Here's the shocker. Jamaica doesn't have to choose, but America is building a frame that makes refusing to do business with American companies look like choosing China. Who wins? Who loses? Let's break this down. Who wins if American companies take the rebuild? American construction firms, American engineering companies, American suppliers. They get contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Jamaica gets rebuilt, but the money leaves the island. It goes back to Houston, to Miami, to New York. Jamaican workers get jobs. Jamaican companies don't get contracts, or only get a few. Who wins if Chinese companies stay in the mix? Chinese state-backed firms. They already control 49% of the port of Kingston. They already built the highway network. They already wired the telecom infrastructure through Huawei. If they get rebuilding contracts, the money flows to Beijing. But here's the difference. China doesn't pretend it is doing Jamaica a favor. China calls it investment. America calls it a partnership. But here's the thing. Both versions mean Jamaica doesn't own the rebuild. Who loses? The Jamaican contractor in Mandeville who didn't get the bid. The Jamaican engineer in Montego Bay who watches a foreign firm take the project. The Jamaican taxpayer who will service the debt for decades while the profits leave the country. Before we go deeper, if this is the first time you are hearing what's really behind the rebuild, subscribe to Impacting Jamaica. Share this with your WhatsApp group, and more will be coming your way. What they didn't say. Here's what Kari Lake didn't tell the Senate, and what no American official will say publicly. The US government has a tool called the Development Finance Corporation, DFC. It was created to compete with China's Belt and Road. Its purpose is to channel American private capital into developing countries on terms that benefit American companies. It's not aid. It's not charity. It's a strategic investment designed to replace Chinese investment. And here's what's missing from every conversation about the rebuild. Nobody is asking the question that matters most. Why can't Jamaican companies rebuild Jamaica? Jamaica has engineers. Jamaica has architects. Jamaica has construction firms. What Jamaica doesn't have is access to capital on terms that make bidding competitive. That's not a Jamaica problem. That's a structural problem created by decades of IMF conditions, debt servicing, and a financial system that keeps small nations small. The US isn't offering to fix that. China isn't offering to fix that. Both are offering to do the work themselves and send the invoice to Kingston. The diaspora angle. If you are watching from Miami, from Toronto, from Birmingham, this affects you directly. Diaspora remittances fund Jamaican households, but reconstruction is funded by government contracts. When a foreign company gets the rebuild, your remittance doesn't offset it. Your family in Jamaica pays for the rebuild through taxes and debt, while the profits leave the country. And here's what should keep you up at night. The same US visa restrictions that were used to pressure Jamaica over Cuban doctors. They can be used again. Not for doctors this time, for any policy decision that Washington disagrees with. If Jamaica gives a rebuilding contract to a Chinese firm, what happens to the visa access of the officials who approved it? That's not hypothetical. That's the precedent. Bonus facts. Let's pause for a second. Here are 4 things you probably didn't know. Fact 1. The US Development Finance Corporation was specifically created in 2019 to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative. Its entire purpose is to offer American capital as an alternative to Chinese loans, but the companies that benefit are American, not local. Fact 2. China's 49% control of the port of Kingston was acquired through a concession agreement that runs until 2047. That's 21 more years of Chinese strategic presence at Jamaica's largest port. No US ambassador can undo that with a confirmation hearing. Fact 3. Hurricane Melissa's reconstruction bill is estimated to be one of the largest in Jamaican history. The last reconstruction of this scale, after Hurricane Ivan in 2004, saw the majority of major contracts awarded to foreign firms. Jamaican companies were subcontractors, not prime contractors. Fact 4. CARICOM's revised Treaty of Chaguaramas includes a provision for coordinated regional procurement, meaning Caribbean nations could jointly bid on reconstruction projects to increase bargaining power. That provision has never been used, not once. Here's the bottom line. Kari Lake told the Senate that China is in America's front yard. She's right that China is here, but she left out the part where America wants the yard for itself. Jamaica doesn't need a patron. Jamaica needs options. The ability to say yes to American investment without saying no to Jamaican companies. The ability to accept Chinese partnership without becoming a Chinese province. The ability to rebuild the island with Jamaican hands and Jamaican capital. If the international system would stop designing rules that make that impossible. Friendship must never become dependency, and partnership must never mean giving up the right to choose. Subscribe to Impacting Jamaica so we can keep you informed. Share this with everyone in your WhatsApp group, your church, and your family abroad.